Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm Mac Wathen, and I'm the chair of the Delaware State Arts Council. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome you tonight to the Schwartz Center for the Arts and for this very special occasion, the 26th Annual Award Winners Exhibition. The exhibition isn't just about showcasing the talent of some very creative Delawareans. It's about honoring the best of the best. It's about recognizing the role that the arts and the artists play in shaping our communities and improving the quality of life in Delaware. To the 2026 individual artist fellows here, congratulations. This is an extraordinary accomplishment that you've had, and we are honored by your presence, and we're honored by your talents and your art. And to everyone gathered here with us, thank you so very much for being here and taking the time to support the arts in Delaware. I want to give a special thank you to the Secretary of State, Charuni Paribanda Sanchez, and we really appreciate her support, and the Division of the Arts falls within her purview. We'd also like to thank any members of the General Assembly in attendance this evening. They provide great support for the arts year after year. I'd also like to thank my fellow members of the Delaware State Arts Council. They volunteer their time throughout the year supporting the arts in Delaware, including the Artist Fellows. I'd also like to thank the staff of the Biggs Museum of American Art, especially Hassan Najjar, Laurel Frovel, and Kate Huffman. We appreciate their support. We also want to thank Mid-Atlantic Arts. They are our fellowship partner organization. And last but not least, I want to thank the amazing staff of the Delaware Division of the Arts, especially Program Officer Roxanne Stanulis and Artist Services Assistant Leah Wolf. Now, I would like to introduce a video from Governor Matt Meyer.
Hi there, I'm Governor Matt Meyer. Today I want to speak directly to the 27 artists named as the 2026 Individual Artist Fellows of the Delaware Division of Arts. To each of you, congratulations. What you do takes real dedication, hours in the studio, years of practice, the willingness to put something out into the world and let it be seen. That kind of commitment doesn't get praised enough, and today it will. You are selected from 246 Delaware artists. 246, that's the strongest pool this program has ever seen. The out-of-state panel of professionals who reviewed your work saw what we already know. The people making art in this state are doing serious, ambitious, original work. Your fellowship is proof of that. Delaware believes in you. We believe in the arts. That's not just talk. We back it up with public funding year after year because we know what artists know. The arts are essential. Culture isn't decoration. It is the foundation of how we create vibrant communities. Now, we increasingly live in this ChatGPT techie world that has a lot of cool new stuff. But there's one big thing all of that technology leaves behind, and that's you and me. It's your human creativity, it's your art, it's your imagination. So go make the work you most want to make. Take the risks that brought you here in the first place. And when you're ready to share it widely. The Division of the Arts is thrilled to present your work to audiences across the state in the Award Winners 26 Group Exhibition. We are a small state with a creative community that is world-class, and you are exactly why. Congratulations to each and every one of you for receiving this honor. Delaware is proud of you.
Thank you, Governor Meyer. Delaware is indeed very proud of you. Now I would like to welcome to the stage my friend and colleague, Director of the Division of the Arts, Jessica Ball. Jess.
Thank you, Mac. Good evening, everyone. It is such a joy to be with you tonight as we celebrate Award Winners 2026 and honor the incredible artists selected as this year's Individual Artist Fellows. The Individual Artist Fellowship is the division's signature program for individual artists. Since the program began in 1980, over 400 fellowships have been awarded. This year's cohort of 27 artists is the largest ever in the fellowship's history. The artists we're celebrating tonight were ranked the highest through an anonymous jurying process by out-of-state experts. This achievement is notable because, as the governor mentioned, we had an incredibly high number of applications this year, the most ever submitted. The artists in this cohort received grants ranging from $5,000 to $12,000, and the fellows can use this money for supplies, for rent, studio space, attending workshops, buying equipment and supplies, and creating new work. Each of the artists represented in this cohort offers something uniquely powerful, work that invites us to reflect, to connect, and to wonder. But behind every piece you'll see tonight is something just as essential: support. Support that makes it possible for artists to pursue their vision, refine their craft, and continue growing in their creative journey. And support we have. Since 2020, the Division of the Arts has granted more than $950,000 to Delaware artists through the Individual Artist Fellowship. That's because at the Division of the Arts, we believe that when we invest in artists, we invest in the cultural and economic health of our entire state. The Individual Artist Fellowship Program does just that. It provides instrumental funding that gives artists time, space, and resources to deepen their practice, take risks, and share their voices. This celebration is also a moment of gratitude. I want to thank the leadership in this administration, especially Governor Meyer, Lieutenant Governor Kyle Evans-Gay, and Secretary of State Charuni Petibanda-Sanchez for their commitment to supporting Delaware's creative sector. I also want to thank Delaware's Arts and Culture Caucus and the General Assembly and any of our elected officials in attendance tonight, because your advocacy makes it possible and ensures that artists in our state are not only seen, but very much valued. To the artists, congratulations. You are the storytellers and the innovators. We're inspired by your work and honored to support it. Thank you all for being here this evening and for believing, as we do, that the arts are not a luxury, but a necessity. Enjoy the exhibition, and let's continue celebrating the creativity that makes the First State shine. I'd like to introduce Hassan Najir, Executive Director of the Biggs Museum of American Art, for some brief remarks. Thanks, Hassan.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Schwartz Center for the Arts. On behalf of the Biggs Museum of American Art, thank you for being here as we celebrate the 26th Annual Division of the Arts Fellowship Award winners in the visual and performing arts. Each year, the Biggs is proud to partner with DDOA to serve as the opening host and exhibition curator for this important program. This partnership matters because it puts artists where they belong, at the center of our civic and cultural life. The Biggs has a responsibility to collect, to preserve, to interpret, and celebrate the art of our region. And a museum cannot only be a place that protects what has already been made. It must also pay attention to what is being made now by the artists who are helping us understand who we are becoming. And it's also meaningful to gather here at the Schwartz. This building has long been a part of Dover's cultural identity. And tonight is a reminder of what is possible when we bring artists, audiences, and institutions together in one place. Most importantly, tonight belongs to the artist. So congratulations. This recognition is well-deserved. Your work reflects talent, discipline, risk, serious commitment to your craft. Artists are vital to Delaware's creative economy, not because they create things, but because they create meaning. They give people reasons to gather, reasons to stay, reasons to visit, reasons to see their own communities with fresh eyes. And the quality of this exhibition says a great deal about the strength of Delaware's creative community and about the state's continued investment in the arts. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for supporting the arts. And now, it is my pleasure to continue this evening's celebration. We'd like to begin showcasing some of the talents of our 2026 individual artist fellows. And so I want to welcome up to the stage Yolanda J.D. Green.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm doing okay, too. I'm glad to be up here. I would like to share a couple pieces. My poems can be difficult. They can be hard, but they seek to be true. So the first piece that I would like to share is called Confirmation Bias. Only smoke and shabby trust between us. We're not together, but we are something. So when he asks what's on my mind, I tell him about Grandpa Riley and Grandma Gussie Mae, his suspicions and the baseball bat to her temple, still in her coat, groceries everywhere, screaming barricade, my mama and her siblings wailing. But not about Daphne and Mitchell, how he shoots her once on the porch and then stands over her firing, just firing into Daphne. Threshold of her own damn house. Her son and niece there, just beyond her, wailing. And not about Tiene and the bullet behind her ear. How she's found, face down, feet bare, and still buckled in, driver's seat of her Trailblazer, a kiss away from the old Packard plant, unsolved, her mama and babies still wailing, but Tiene silent, still gone. He's almost gentle tonight, doesn't interrupt or argue. And when he's sure I'm through, he hits the blunt, taps the ash, and softly asks, "So, what'd she do?" It feels weird to clap after something like that. The idea that when things happen, when we're living in a world of femicide, that there must be something that she did. And that poem grows not out of headlines, but it grows out of my family. It grows in experiences of women that I went to school with who did not survive their partners. The next piece I would like to do is called Peaches Changes Her Tune. It's a poem in 2 parts, and it contains the story and comes after 4 Women by Nina Simone. Are you familiar with that song? Okay, so this piece references Peaches. Peaches changes her tune. Her skin velvet brown, her manner less tough. She still might kill some unlucky mother she sees, but maybe not the first. Not since life lightened for her. What was rough and grooved is now plain smooth. Hell, I heard she might even call the cops on you. But now when her name was Peaches, wasn't all at once, but her daughters clock it first when she makes Peaches her at-home name. The sweet one you only safely say if y'all hung like wet clothes back in 78 and you the one said Cairo syrup could make gold stars into beauty marks for y'all's going to cabaret face. When her name was Peaches. Back when she would wear that pretty gold fingernail on her left pinky, sipping pink or golden champagne, stubbing out Benson and Hedges menthols at her play mama's house, talking smack talking slick in '86 when everybody was still fine and gas was only 93 cents. Her name was still Peaches. So she's Pamela now, and never even Pam. Since she got hired on at Ford, but never the line, worked up in the office just for a while, then got herself a good government job. Look, don't start me to lying. All I can say is she don't seem bitter most days. Some church folks say that she got saved, but baby, even her pastor don't call her Peaches. You can't call me Peaches unless you've known me since '67. Not unless you knew me in the '80s when I used K-Roll syrup to put on the gold star that was my beauty mark. And I'd wear this gold pinky fingernail when we'd get fined to go to cabarets. Back then, my name was Peaches. My manner was tough. My life had been rough, and I'm still so bitter some days. Because I am the rage and the dream of my enslaved, I stepped away from Peaches. I learned you can't just pull a blade. Baby, too often it's a freedom trade. Don't wanna see the inside of a cage. I need to love this life I've made. So please don't make me Peaches. My name is Pamela. I've changed my daughter's outside names from Plum, Pumpkin, Cookie, and Sugar to Sheila, Belinda, Catherine, and Deborah. These girls aren't edible girls. Black girls aren't food. I may not be as lethal as I was, but I don't play about my girls. You don't want to know Peaches. You better ask about Peaches. Be glad my name is Pamela, 'cause Peaches will cut you down. Because Peaches will cut you down. Don't touch Plum, Pumpkin, Cookie, or Sugar. Those girls are mine and they aren't food. So if you want to see me draw my blade, touch my girls and I'll be Peaches. I will kill the first mother I see. So go ahead and call me Peaches.
Thank you, Yolanda. Yolanda is a fellow in literature poetry as an established fellow. She is a transdisciplinary vocalist and librarian whose experiments encircle the afterlives of Black women, their girlhoods, and grief. As vocalist and poet, she explores the nexus of song, story, communal memory, and improvisational performance. So thank you, Yolanda. Next up is Jim Hawkins, an established professional fellow in literature playwriting. Jim is a collaborative, ever-learning playwright who looks for the positive in an often negative world. Jim has been a storyteller throughout his adult life, whether working as a newspaper reporter, pastor, freelance writer, or playwright, and is drawn to stories that inspire audiences to work to make the world a better place. Welcome, Jim.
Hello again, Hassan, Director, Biggs Museum. Unfortunately, Jim Hawkins could not be here tonight. However, we do have a few words from our sponsor, Frank McGuire. Mr. McGuire?
I'm sorry this Jim Hawkins guy couldn't be here, but I am thrilled to be with you. First of all, congratulations to the award winners. Yeah. We are all here to celebrate your accomplishments, and I am proud to be the sponsor of this award ceremony. You may think you don't know me, but you do know my work. Some people think of me as an agent, but I am much more than an agent, so much more. My specialty is to leverage your intellectual property for maximum financial compensation. Let me give you a bit of my background. My first big deal was back in the 1990s. Art Modell, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, announced that he was moving his football team to Baltimore. Only he had a problem. The NFL said that the Browns' name, the Browns' uniform, the Browns' helmet, the Browns' legacy had to stay in Cleveland to be used by a new expansion team, which would come a few years later. So Art Modell had to come up with a new name for his football team. Most people were thinking the team should be named something like the Baltimore Crabs, or the Baltimore Huns, or the Baltimore Star-Spangled Banners. But me, I saw an opportunity. So I called up Art Modell and said, Art, this is Frank McGuire. You don't know me, but I can make you a deal for a distinctive name for your football team. A name that will give glory to the city of Baltimore. A name that will be emblazoned on the Super Bowl trophy one day. A name that will make you a hell of a lot of money. I asked him, Art, do you know who was the most famous person to die in the city of Baltimore? He said he didn't. So I told him, Edgar Allan Poe. He's big, really, really big. He not only died in Baltimore, he's not only buried in Baltimore, but did you know that every year people from around the world come to his grave to honor him? You, Art Modell, can tap into the legacy of Edgar Allan Poe for your benefit and the benefit of your football team. You see, Art, I represent the Poe family, and I can license his artistic creation to you, empowering you to make more money from your football team than you can even dream. He was fascinated by the possibility. Fascinated, I tell you. I almost had him convinced to name the team after my favorite short story. The Baltimore Telltale Hearts has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Can't you imagine a pulsating heart logo on the helmet? Can't you imagine hearing the sound of a beating heart after every score? Boom, 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 boom. In the end, he decided to go with the Baltimore Ravens. I've got to say, if I owned the team, that wouldn't have been my first choice. But I was still able to negotiate a great deal for the Poe family, who has received millions and millions of dollars in licensing fees over the past 30 years. I've made many, many deals since, deals that enrich artists and their families. Because let's face it, artists should get paid, am I right? Yeah. You artists, you enrich our world. You make our lives better. You make us think. Sometimes when the world seems like it's on fire, you make us feel better. You give us hope. Sometimes you make us uncomfortable about how things are so that we do the work to make the world around us better. We need you artists. I like to think that what I do is leverage your intellectual property to enrich you so you can enrich the world. I've been doing that for more than 30 years, and I'm still at it. Here are some of the deals I'm working on right now. I'm just about to sign a deal licensing Andrew Wyeth's painting, Christina's World, for an anti-anxiety medicine. Later this year, there'll be a video game for preschoolers coming out, based on The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. A national chain of drug rehab centers is set to ink a deal to use Eugene O'Neill's play Long Day's Journey into Night in their marketing. And right now, there's a bidding war going on, and I'm really excited. It's to license the sculpture gracing the entrance of the Biggs Museum. You know, the one with all the birds? Both the artist and the Biggs Museum will rake in millions of dollars, no matter who wins the bidding between the American Bird Rescue Center and Birds Be Gone Extermination Service. And I can do the same for you, the artists we are honoring this evening. Art for art's sake? Are you kidding me? If you're not making money off of what you do, and I mean major money, what's the point? I mean, we as a society measure winners and losers by how much is in your bank account. Oh, congratulations, by the way. I heard you're all receiving what? 2, 3 million from the Division of the Arts? That's a start. You mean they're not getting millions of dollars? How much are they getting? Seriously, that's it? Wow, I guess it's harder to make a living in the arts than I thought. Well, good luck to you. You're gonna need it.
Thank you, Jim. Let's welcome Hadrian Cerulean, an emerging professional fellow in literature poetry. Hadrian Cerulean is a poet and visual artist from Florida who is now a longtime resident of Delaware. His poetry is often inspired by the natural world and traverses themes of love, identity, trauma, relationships, and spirituality. In the coming year, he plans to publish his first book, combining his poems and photography. Welcome, Hadrian.
Hello, everyone. The first poem I'm reading is called Body Surfing. How many of you have been body surfing? Okay, so several. So it might ring some bells, and for those of you who haven't experienced it, this is kind of what it's like. As the swelling wall looms, willingly I surrender my body. Arms outstretched, I close my eyes, hold my breath, and await the rush. Soft static shifts to a tearing roar, and I am lifted, then slammed into the bed, gritty sand abrading every pore. Wholly at the mercy of the turbulent surf, I am tossed and pummeled in its relentless rampage to shore. Basking in the glorious salve of my submission, aching for that release, again and again I relinquish my body to the whims of the waves. At last deposited on the beach with rocks, shells, and refuse, breathless and scraped in complete disarray, I grin, triumphant in my aliveness. This next poem is a poem I wrote on the train on the way to see my parents in South Carolina for Thanksgiving, and it's called Pretty in a Boy Way. They're never gonna understand that I wanna be pretty, but pretty in a boy way. Fingernails painted shiny, sparkly sapphire, earring dangling from my left lobe, lips big, kissable, and bold, lashes naturally dark and thick, with gold eyeshadow surrounding hazel eyes lined in iridescent violet, and dark brown hair that's almost black cut into a floppy mohawk, long and wavy on the top. Overall, unabashedly colorful and fabulous, not unlike a male peacock. Yet because of my gender assigned at birth, they see me as feminine by default, rather than inherently, primarily masculine, with hints and glimmers of femininity. But honestly, sincerely, definitively, I just want to be pretty, pretty in a boy way. My next poem is called State Laws. Idaho House passes transgender bathroom ban with a 5-year prison sentence. Tennessee GOP advances bill that would create public lists of transgender residents. New Hampshire House passes transgender public bathroom ban that bans asserting one's identity. Indiana bans transgender residents from changing gender marker on identification. Missouri advances 3 anti-trans bathroom bills in one night. These are a handful of headlines from March 2026. With each passing day, the list of states from which I have been effectively exiled grows ever longer. The number of places I am safe being myself shrinking. Now, did I have any desire whatsoever to live in or visit Idaho, Tennessee, New Hampshire, Indiana, or Missouri? Not particularly. My personal bucket list doesn't include sights to see or activities to do in those states, but now I don't even have the option. Every day, with no end in sight, I witness my world, what I can do, where I can go, who I can be, shrinking smaller and smaller and smaller. Your America may have 50 states, but mine consists of only 23, of which Delaware is one, thankfully. My final poem is called I Wish. I wish I could just write poetry about nature, about birds, about trees, slow, meandering verses without urgency. But I can't, in good conscience, when my community and others are under attack and actively being erased. I feel compelled to fight back, to speak and keep speaking until we're all safe enough to listen to the chipper song of the Carolina wren, to run our weary fingers over the rough bark of the red oak. But until then, our songs are unique and beautiful, our plumage vibrant and bright, our history rooted strong and deep, withstanding dark time after dark time.
Thank you, Hadrian. Next up is musician Jay Poppy, an emerging professional fellow in music contemporary performance. Jay Poppy, a Queens, New York native, has been a rap artist, writer for 15 years and shows no signs of slowing down. The 2 songs you'll hear will be featured on his self-titled album, Poppy, release date pending, and can be found on all music platforms. Welcome, Poppy.
What's going on, y'all? I'm excited to be here. I just want to quickly say thank you to the Delaware Division of Arts for having me and honoring me. It feels great. I think as Delawareans, we constantly get looked over for how small we are, and we're here tonight, so thank you. This first song I'll be performing, we're actually going to switch it up, my guys. We're going to do Nothing Changes If Nothing Changes first.
The Laboratory Boys.
I fully believe if you change nothing in your life, nothing will change, if that makes sense. Hey. A third of my life lived. I'm reaching turning points that I ain't know was a tight lid. Delusional's finest, but tears filling my eyelids. And in 5 years, I hope to have more buzz than that's too predictable. Watching Democrats and Republicans get political, and sometimes I just want to go invisible. I don't even think they understand me, cause I never had a plan B. I'll only be respected and formidable. See me out in public, head high, but I'm feeling low. Life move fast, but I'm breathing slow. And just keep it on the need to know. Multiply abundance when the greed is low. And the music, but I need it both. Tall in the end when you see the growth. Feed the hope, never try to till you see us broke. I'm drinking when I need to cope. I hate the fact I'm drinking when I need to cope. Yeah, for the first time in my life I thought giving up was the answer. I ain't realized how much doubt can be a cancer, or how much you don't see behind the camera, but life must go on. Time and time again, I see how much time was wasted. Yeah, and I just hope I make it. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Stuck on this chapter, it's my book. Let me turn the pages. Need to break free from these lower wages and minimal raises. I've been losing my patience lately, been feeling complacent. Having conversation with myself about obligations and observations I made without ducking the confrontation. When that being still here is just confirmation to see it all the way through. Give me my compensation, cause I deserve it all. I've been struggling, hurting more, getting lost when I'm searching for all these keys to open doors. And no, I can't ignore everything that happened before. My mind is a constant battle, it feels like I'm back at war. What's more important, chasing highs or getting by, chasing truth or getting lies, hitting you or getting mine? My mind up, I'm terrified, can't you tell that I'm terrified? I just hope that it's clarified, it's spot. Sometimes I just get in my way. Wanna leave, but I gotta stay. I feel myself slipping away. I get in my way. Oh, my downfall back on display. I feel myself slipping away. Sometimes I just get in my way. Wanna leave, but I gotta stay. Trust yourself. Always believe in you. Thank you. So this next song I'm gonna be performing is called A True Story. It's kind of got a story behind it as far as like how I grew up, coming from New York originally and moving to Delaware, and kind of like how I felt as a young 14, 15-year-old, which is kind of funny real quick because this is the last time I was in the Shorts Theater was when I was 15, performing a play from my high school, so this is kind of nostalgic. But yeah, I got you. Okay. Hey, yo, Pete, set me up. Let's get to it. Look. He woke up. New fears to face, no tears to waste. New crowd around him, not knowing what it takes to be 14, seeing the world. Never wanna be needy, but felt like he needed a girl. Never the type to beg for it. He just played it cool, letting her do a thing, but trying to impress her at school. Begging his mama to buy him J's, all the latest. Hoping he stand out from who he came in with. Wanna be friends with her first, see her in a different light. Respect that she got a man. Hoping he ain't doing right, he'd be there for her more than himself. Something he couldn't help. Wasn't till 3 years later, he's swimming in the lake. Reactions better than he expected. Never would have thought there would come a day he would be accepted. Looking back on all of the time and money that he invested. Fast forward to times when he was battle tested. He woke up, grieving losses in the fan. Went through hell with his shorty, living life without a plan. Had a job that's paying cool, but selling baggage to his man's way before he had the gram. He was packing up the grams, let it out. Got into therapy just to let it out. Hit the gym, get into shape. He had to sweat it out. Made an effort, told himself just do it or he checking out. Figure that you either get left or you don't leave without. Self-separated, created the distance. His engineers seemed like the only one who would listen. Only one he felt like could put him back in position to leave his past out his vision, and I'll be back in his prison. Mentally challenging, wasn't fit to be balancing. The life he's imagining never felt like it's happening. Because his pockets was flat and it wasn't really that passionate, even knowing he's talented. Everyone around him confirming what he already know. Did it alone, he would never grow. Learned that he had to be present to heal. Life is unpleasant, but learn a lesson and let it reveal. From adolescence straight to depressions, depended on things that will make her forget about it is never long. Found him a team that stay dedicated however long. Cause it's important to get along. Now he's unstoppable and unbreakable. The things he's cooking now was sent down, it's unexplainable. Going through the motions, no frown, it's unshakable. Wrote it all down, he knows that it's obtainable. Yeah, he woke up. Like I said, if you got nobody else, you have yourself. I went through a dark place mentally recently, you know, as I'm sure we all do at certain times of our life, but trust you, that's all I can say. I mean, I had to trust myself, and I'm here. Thank you guys, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, J. Poppy. That was great. Our last performer is Erin Magnan, an established professional fellow in music contemporary performance. Erin is a singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist with a velvety voice and a penchant for metaphor. From a background of choir, musical theater, and classical violin, she's become a compelling musician and songwriter, weaving traces of past and present together. Erin is one half of Delaware folk duo, the Honey Badgers, who have been performing all over the East Coast and beyond for over a decade. Accompanying her tonight is Michael Natrine. Welcome to the stage.
Hello. Thank you so much for having us. We're so honored to be amongst so much talent. My name is Erin, and this is Michael, and we're gonna play you a song called Rose of Jericho. Oops, oh no. What's happening? Okay, if I don't touch it, it will be fine. Rose of Jericho, watching you regrow, you were nowhere, and now you're here. Rose of Jericho, across the world you've blown, holding secrets close. Ago, it was you alone in the desert, across the sea, and you waited for the water alone. What a joy to behold. Stretch your leaves and your roots. Rose of Jericho, great and green to gold, through centuries
this thing in your doorway. What has died may live again. Rose of Jericho, watching you regrow. You were nowhere, and now you're here.
Thank you so much. So my name is Erin, and like I said, this is Michael, and together we are in a duo called the Honey Badgers, and we are lucky enough to be able to tour with this duo all over the country. And in the years since we've been touring, we found out pretty quickly that people are extremely generous to a weary traveler. We have been given beds when we had nowhere to sleep and hot food when we didn't have any. Lots of homemade goodies, jam, bread, wine. We've been given everything under the sun, some stuff that we didn't even want or really need. And we've been given things that we very much wanted and needed, like a grant from the Delaware Division of Arts. Yeah, hell yeah. We have been given so much that basically we're overflowing. We get to see the best of humanity on the road. People are they're generous with their time and their things and their emotions. And we're at a point where we're so overflowing with gifts that we have nothing to do but to give back. And so we wrote this song called I Am a Garden, and it's about being willing to accept so that you can give all things in abundance. And I just put this out as a new single if anyone wants to listen to it again after this. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been growing there since 1963. I've inherited perennials and wisdom that our mothers knew. The yard is full of generosity. Clip a sprig of lilac 'cause the scent is soft and sweet. Put the flowers and the wisdom in a vase. The vase was handmade green and blue and given to me for a tune. I'm rich in all the most important ways. I am made up of the gifts and offers from an open hand. If I open mine, they'll multiply and spread across the land. I am a garden. I am a garden. Overflowing with buds. I have grown up with the robins in the splendor of the spring. I am a garden. I am a garden. Harvest time has come. I've been fed for my whole life, and now I'll feed everyone. There's a tendency to hold our treasures tightly in a world so full of fear and full of greed. But a garden keeps on growing even when you've had your fill. Could we give to each according to their needs? Every day it seems the darkness creeps in closer, and it whispers there is nothing you can do. But I've seen strangers turn to friends, sharing
and shelter, breaking bread. If there's enough for me, then there's enough for you. I am made up of the gifts and offers from an open hand. If I open mine, they'll multiply and spread across the land. I am a God, overflowing with abundance. I have grown up with the robins in the splendor of the spring. I am a garden, and the harvest time has come. I've been fed for my whole life, and now I'll feed everyone. I am a garden, overflowing with abundance. I have grown up with the robins in the splendor of the spring. I am a garden, and the harvest time has come. I've been fed for my whole life, and now I'll feed everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aaron and Michael. So thank you to all of our fellows that shared their talent with us tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. We're excited to move on to our award section of the evening. We ask the fellows, when your name is called, to join us on stage to receive your certificate and take a photo. After you receive your certificate, we ask that you take a seat in the front rows so that you're ready for our group photo after the certificates are distributed. We also want to mention that in addition to the certificate you're receiving this evening, you'll also be receiving tributes from Governor Matt Meyer, Lieutenant Governor Kyle Evans Gay, Senator Chris Coons, Senator Lisa Blunt Rochester, Representative Sarah McBride, the State Senate, and the State House, all congratulating you on this achievement. So, to begin, we're going to call up our Master Fellow, Dennis Beach from Wilmington. Dennis received his fellowship in visual arts sculpture. Congratulations, Ethan.
Congratulations, Dennis. And what a beautiful outfit. What a beautiful outfit I'm wearing.
Next, we'll recognize the fellows in the established category. First, we have Catherine Fickner from Wilmington in visual arts painting. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Catherine. Thank you so much. You want to take a picture with Joe? You and me? Yeah.
Yes. Next, we have Michael Fleischman from Milford in visual arts works on paper.
Congratulations, Michael.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Next, we have Yolanda J.D. Green from Wilmington in literature poetry.
Congratulations, Yolanda. Thank you.
Next, Jim Hawkins from Smyrna in literature playwriting.
Congratulations, Jim. Thank you.
Jawanza Kobe from Wilmington in jazz composition. Congratulations. Here.
Congratulations.
Aaron Magnin from Newark in music contemporary performance.
Congratulations. That's for you. Take a picture for Joe. Thank you.
John Kayem McConnell from Newcastle in literature fiction.
Congratulations, John.
I tried.
Thank you.
Teddy Osei from Newcastle in visual arts crafts.
Congratulations, Teddy. Great job.
Alan B. Tuttle from Lewis in visual arts painting.
Congratulations, Alan.
Jonathan Whitney from Wilmington in music composition. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah, be careful. Yikes. Yeah, be careful coming up. Congrats. Brian Wild from Wilmington in media arts video film. Yeah, be careful.
Congratulations, Brian.
Next, we have Andre Wright Jr. from Wilmington in visual arts photography. Congrats.
Congratulations, Andre. Thank you.
So we're moving on to our emerging category, and first is Itzel Aguilar from Georgetown in folk art visual arts. Next, we have Jeff Arsenault from Rehoboth Beach in visual arts painting.
Speaker's
Yeah.
gonna take someone out. Congratulations, Jeff. Thank you. Congrats.
Next, we have Deborah E. Baker from Bethany Beach in literature fiction.
Congratulations, Deborah.
Hadrian Cerulean from Wilmington in literature poetry.
Congratulations, Adrian. Thank you. Thank you.
Logan Farrow from Farmington in visual arts painting.
Congratulations, Logan. Awesome, thank you.
Vic Hart from Wilmington in visual arts works on paper.
Congratulations, Vic. Thank you.
Susan Isaacs from Wilmington in visual arts sculpture.
Congratulations, Susan. Thank you.
Dayesla Eaksley from Newark in visual arts interdisciplinary.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congrats. Valerie Lane from Bear in literature creative nonfiction. Hey, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Ray Lowe from Townsend in music composition.
Oh, he's still here. He's still here. Oh, yay.
You stay. Jay Poppy from Magnolia in Music Contemporary Performance.
Congratulations. Great job. Awesome. Thank you.
David Warren Norbut from Wilmington in Visual Arts Photography. Congrats.
Congratulations, David. Thank you.
We'd like to acknowledge two fellows that could not attend tonight, Martha Pitts from Middletown in Literature, Creative Nonfiction as an established professional. And Rebecca Wilt from Newark in Music Solo Recital, also an established professional. So that concludes our awards ceremony. Thank you all for joining us this evening. We invite you to join us at the Bigs down the street to meet the fellows in person, view the artwork in the exhibition, and enjoy some refreshments. And fellows, I would just ask that you meet us on stage for a quick group photo, and then you can stop and get your tributes on the way out. And everyone else, please make your way to the Bigs, and we'll see you over there.